Welcome to another CTF challenge, and today we are going to cover the Deathnote machine from Vulnhub. And before we start, I would like to thank you for your support, and let's keep it going as we learn and enjoy these CTF challenges. So we'll begin. So I already have the Deathnote machine downloaded and imported. So most of these virtual machines usually work with VirtualBox, so it's a good thing to have VirtualBox installed. What I'm going to basically do, I'm going to try to obtain the IP address of that machine. Today we are going to use a different tool compared to the one that we usually use, the NetDiscover. So I'm going to use the fping. Okay, I'm going to use the fping. You can see it's already pre-installed in Kali. So it does the same thing as the NetDiscover, but for this one, it's a different one. So I'm going to say fping, then -a. I want to search for a live host. Then I want to generate a list of those hosts. Let me try Q. Yeah. So instead of X, I put the Q. So Q is the quiet mode, whereby it doesn't show the ping results, but you can see we have list of devices that are running on my VirtualBox environment. So my Kali is .3. So basically it means that that particular box, it has this IP address. So let's start with the first step, which you are going to do an Nmap scan. Okay, so I'm going to do Nmap-SV for service enumeration. Okay, I can see two ports are open, port 22 and port 80. Maybe we can get more information. So let me just do an aggressive scan so that we get more information compared to that, because this is very shallow, it's not enough. Although we can see we have an Apache web server running on port 80, then we have port 22, which is the SSH. Okay, let's see what the aggressive scan. Okay, we still have the two ports. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to visit this web page to see what we have here. Then maybe we can do a directory enumeration. I'm going to put the IP there, okay, and you can see we get an error. So what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to give the host name of this particular machine instead of the IP address. So there is a particular file that you're supposed to edit. So I'm going to say sudo nano /etc/hosts, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so we are supposed to edit this file, and we need to give the IP address of that machine here. And then you're supposed to have this host name here, deathnote.vuln. So I'm going to save, Ctrl+X, Y, enter. Then if I cut that particular file, you can see down here we have our host name for that particular machine. So let's try that. We are presented by the web page of one of the anime series called the Deathnote. So this box is based on that particular series, and we have a web page here. So I'm going to explore around to see what I get. So basically it looks like this page belongs to this Kira character, and up here you can see we have a hint. So maybe I can click that. It's telling us to find a notes.txt file on the server or see the L comment. Okay, so let's see the comment. Okay, L on. I will eliminate you L. Okay, you can see it's a WordPress website. I'm going to do a directory brute force using GoBuster to see if we can find that particular file. So we basically have this GoBuster command whereby we'll be doing a directory brute force using this particular word list, and we're also going to search for file extensions such as HTML, PHP, and TXT, because we're supposed to find that file called notes.txt. Okay, then I'm going to save the results to this particular file called gobuster.log. So enter. Okay, I forgot the URL part. Here I'm going to put -u. Okay, and with that we should have our brute force. You can see we have this page here for WordPress. Then you can see we have our robot.txt. We can look at that. Okay, nothing else. Okay, let's go to the robots.txt file. So after visiting the robot.txt, we can see we have some important. You can see we have some messages here. So it's my dad added hint / important image. Please delete it. Okay, so there is this file here that we need to look at, and there is some instruction that that particular important.jpg should be deleted. Don't know if you can be able to see it. I'm going to copy it, and maybe we can replace it with this robot.txt. Okay, it's not displaying, but what I can do, we can try to do a wget. Okay, and you can see we have the image. Yeah, we have downloaded the image. So I opened the image and it was not opening. So let me try a different command. So instead of wget, we are going to try curl. And with that, you can see we receive a message here. Maybe I can save it somewhere. I can call it important.txt. Okay. Then you can see we have a message here. Light's father has provided us with a file called user.txt, which contains a list of usernames. We are supposed to find the password or to look for the password, and we can get the hint where to find the password from the hint section of this site. Maybe we can go back there and see what we can uncover. Okay, so what I want to do next after that particular hint, maybe we can search for vulnerabilities on this website using Nikto to see if any of those vulnerabilities can help us to find those particular files. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say Nikto-h, then I can just give the IP address. To scan, we saw that it's a confirmation that it's a WordPress website. Then it found directory indexing found, meaning that we can browse through that particular directory. So it's a browsable directory, and we are going to look at that to see what we can find on that location. Okay, so to confirm this, I'm also going to run a WPScan. Okay, so this is the command. This is the command that you are going to run so that it can scan this WordPress website to see if we can get more information about that particular site. Okay, so the results are done. Okay, we can see the XML RPC has been enabled, and then down here, upload directory has listing enabled. Okay, so this is to confirm that we can browse this particular directory. So I want to go there. And with that, you can see we're inside the WP content uploads 2021. So if I open that directory, we have these subdirectories here. Okay. Yeah, and with the first directory, you can see down here, we have notes.txt and user.txt. So the hints told us to look for notes.txt, and then the curl message that we got, up here, it told us to look for a file called user.txt, and we've been able to find those two files. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to download them. So I'm going to copy the link. Then down here, we can use the wget. So the other one was user.txt. So I'll just change the name here. Yeah, basically we have the two files that we need, notes.txt and user.txt. So if I cut user, okay, it's a list of users. Then if I cut the notes, okay, I think it's a form of a word list. So maybe we can use that to brute force for a username and a matching password. So with both the username and the password list, what is left is to do a brute force attack. And earlier on our Nmap scan, we're able to see that we have an SSH service running. So if I can cut that Nmap log, you saw that we have an SSH service running. We can try to brute force that particular service using that username and the word list that we have. So I'm going to say Hydra. So we are going to do a brute force attack. So -L is for the username or a file that contains a list of usernames. Then -P is for the word list. We are going to use the notes.txt file as our word list. Then this is the name of our host name. Then the protocol that we are going to attack is the SSH, and then I'm going to save the results in this hydra.log file. Okay, and with that, we have been able to get, I don't know why I didn't highlight in the green color that we usually have, but down here you can see we have a host name, and then the login L, then the password is dev for me. So maybe I can try SSH L, then the IP address. So we are trying to log in as this particular user. So I'm going to say yes. Then I'm going to provide the password. Yeah, and that we are inside the machine. Here you can see we are this user called L. Maybe you can do an ls-l. And straight up we can see we have a user.txt. So let's see what's inside there. And we have some random strings of characters. So I'm going to copy it. So I'll jump to my browser where I have ChatGPT. And I'm going to ask it, what is this? Okay, I'm going to ask it what that is. Then I'll paste the special characters that we found on that particular user.txt file. So the code provided is written in Brainfuck, a minimalistic programming language. Operates on very simple set of commands, but it can perform complex operation. The code you provided is a series of commands that manipulate memory cells and prints out a result, which is often some readable text. Okay, so it's a cryptographic text called that name there. I don't know if ChatGPT will be able to decode it. Okay, so I'm going to look for an online decoder. Okay, and with that you can see we have a message here. I think you got the shell, but you won't be able to kill me. Okay, so it's a message from Kira. Okay, so Kira knows that we have gotten the shell and you have been able to read that message. So I'll go back to my machine and we are going to maybe go to the home directory and see if we have other users here. Okay, we can see we have a user called Kira. Don't know if you can be able to see what is inside there. Okay, and we have a kira.txt file there. Okay, so I don't have permission to read that file. Maybe we can do lsfnl. Yeah, only the user can read, write, and execute that particular file. So I don't have permission. So I'll just go back. So on the opt directory, upon browsing around, I found this particular folder called L, and you can see we are able to read what is inside there. So I'm going to say cd L, then ls-l, and we have these two folders here. One is the fake notebook rule, and then we have the Kira case. So maybe I can start by going inside the fake notebook rule. And if I say ls, you can see we have two files here, case.wav and hint. Don't know if I have the permission to read. Yeah, we can read the file. So I'm going to say cut hint. Okay, so use cyberchef. Let's cut the other file, and you can see we have a series of characters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to copy those characters, and we have a hint to use cyberchef. So I'll go to cyberchef and try to see what is inside here. So I also gave ChatGPT that particular string of characters, and it appears to be a hexadecimal 16-base representation of data. When we convert it from hexadecimal to ASCII character, we get a readable string. So it converted to this, and it looks like a 64-base encoding. Okay, so maybe in cyberchef I'm going to say from. It said it's a hexadecimal. So from hex, then I'm going to paste that there. We get the base 64, then from base 64, yeah. And we're able to get a password. So password Kira is evil. So I think this is the password for that user that we saw on the home directory called Kira. So before I test that password, we had another folder here called Kira case. So maybe I can move inside there and see what is inside. Okay, you can see we have a case file. Okay, so this particular file is leading us to the fake notebook rule, the one that we uncovered and found a password. Okay, so nothing too much here that we have not done. So we have discovered the fake notebook rule, and with that we managed to get a password. So in the Kira directory, we found a file called kira.txt, and we did not have the permission to read that file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch user to Kira since we already have the password. So I'm just going to move to the home directory. Then I'm going to say su Kira. Then we have the password, and with that, we should be the Kira user. So I'm going to say ls. Then let's move to that Kira directory. And by now we should have permission to read what is inside this file. Okay, and you can see another encoding. So I'm going to copy it. So I think this is a base 64 encoding, if I'm not wrong. Upon decoding it in cyberchef, we're able to get this particular information here. Please protect one of the following: L, /opt, then we have misa/var. So we found out that the L in the opt directory has already been taken down by Kira. So I think we can try to protect misa inside the /var. So let's head on to that particular directory, cd/var. Then inside there I can say ls-l. You can see we have a file here. So if I try to cut that file, oh, I'm able to read what is inside there. It's too late for misa. Okay. So there is something interesting here. This file was created by the root user, and when I cut that particular file, I was able to read the content that is inside there. So it means that this Kira user might have some root privileges or some kind of permission that allows him to read files created by the root user. So this file was created by the root user and other users have permission to read. So maybe I can check the permission for this Kira user. So I'm going to say sudo -l. And with that, we can be able to see the permissions of this particular user. So what that means, it means that this Kira user can run the sudo command with root privileges. Okay, so we can use that to do a privilege escalation based on that particular information. So if I say sudo -i, okay, you can see Kira is able to log in as the root user. So if I say who am I, you can see I'm user root. Let's check what we have here. So we have a root.txt. Okay, and with that we're able to capture the final flag. So with that command, it's going to open a root or an administrator shell. And you can see we have been able to interact with that shell to get the final flag. And basically that's it for this particular machine. It was a very interesting machine. Hope you like it and you participated in it. And with that, I think we have come at the end of the video. So you can watch my other video here as I talk about how to use the Shodan search engine, or you can watch this another CTF challenge that I did for the Mr. Robot box. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.